The story begins in Australia, where a 19-year-old boy named Junior is being sent to prison. After being searched, he is taken to his cell where he meets another prisoner named Eric. They do not talk to each other, but Eric is clearly very scared about something. Over the next few days, Junior is adjusting to prison life, and during this time, he notices a prisoner named Brendan who often plays chess with a businessman named Sam over the phone. In reality, Brendan and Sam are planning a big crime under the guise of chess. One day, when Junior walks past them, he notices a move on Brendan's chessboard that even Brendan might not have known about. When he tells Brendan about it, Brendan is initially impressed by Junior's sharp mind, but tells him to stay away from him. Meanwhile, Junior learns that Eric is constantly harassed by a prisoner named Dave and his accomplices. The rest of the prisoners ignore this, and one night, back in his cell, Junior sees that Eric is sharpening a knife in an attempt to defend himself. When Junior wakes up, he finds Eric's lifeless body lying on the floor, meaning he had sharpened the knife for himself and not for Dave. He couldn't save his friend. With Eric gone, Dave and his men set their sights on Junior. One evening, they corner him, but Brendan and his men arrive just in time to save him. Brendan then invites Junior to his room to talk. He tells Junior that he has to fight for himself, that no one else will, but he also knows that Junior can't fight Dave and his men alone. He proposes a deal. He and his men will protect Junior inside the prison, but in exchange, Junior has to do some tasks for Brendan once he's out. After listening to everything, Junior asks for a few days to think. A few days later, Dave and his men attack Junior again. Brendan once again arrives just in time to save him, pushing Dave down the stairs. Immediately after this incident, Junior agrees to Brendan's terms. Now, once he gets out of prison, he has to meet a man named Sam who will give him weapons and a hiding place. With this, Junior has to hijack a helicopter and bring it into the prison so that Brendan and his men can escape. A few months later, Junior's day of release finally arrives. As planned, he leaves prison and goes straight to Sam, who gives him a suitcase full of supplies and a beachside apartment. After checking out his new apartment, Junior opens the suitcase and finds fake passports, clothes, and a gun. That night, a beautiful girl named Tasha comes to his room, gives him some money and a phone for his mission, and leaves. Junior is smitten with her. Tasha works for Sam. The next morning, Junior goes to a retired soldier named Wilson and, following Brendan's orders, buys several dangerous weapons from him. After getting some basic training in using them, he goes to a tour company's office and books a helicopter ride. During the flight, he pulls out his gun, holds it to the pilot's head, and forces him to fly towards the prison. Meanwhile, in the prison, Brendan, Merv, and Stereo somehow manage to subdue a guard and get him to open the main gate. Shortly after, Junior arrives in the helicopter. They leave the guard behind and escape from the prison. They reach an empty minefield where Sam has already arranged for a car. As per the plan, they leave the helicopter and the pilot behind and drive away. On the way, they stopped at a place to eat where Merv went into the restaurant to bring food for everyone. Meanwhile, all the radio stations were broadcasting news about prisoners who had escaped from jail, listing their names and crimes. Through this news, they found out that Merv had actually been jailed for molesting a young girl. After a while, the three of them reached the side apartment that Sam had given them. Starlo really liked the house, but Brendan said they weren't safe there because the house was open from all sides. After this, they all went to Sam's house to meet him, where Sam told them about the real plan. Sam's plan was to steal all 6 gold bricks from a gold mine, and he had also made entry cards for all of them so they could enter the mine posing as electricians. If they succeeded in this plan, Sam was going to give each of them $2 million, and hearing about such a big reward, Brendan immediately agreed to the heist. That same evening, Junior met Tasha once again, and while he was trying to talk to her, Sam's nephew Josh suddenly pushed him into the water. Junior didn't know how to swim, and so he started drowning in the pool, but at the last moment, Tasha jumped into the pool and saved him. As soon as Junior got out of the water, he and Josh started arguing, but Brendan stopped them. A little while later, Junior was wandering the road alone, feeling quite sad, when Tasha asked him to join her for dinner at a Chinese restaurant. During the meal, Junior asked Tasha why, despite being wealthy, she was working with Sam. Tasha revealed that every girl who had ever tried to escape from there had been killed by Sam. The next morning, Brendan was still furious about the previous night's incident, and he was angry with Junior for arguing with Sam's nephew over a girl. That day, they all moved into a new house near the mine, from where Brendan and Junior went to scout the mine and prepare their entire plan. A few days later, the day finally came, and everyone, including Josh, entered the mine posing as electricians. Right outside the mine, Braden's friend Steve was waiting with a car, whose job was to get them out of there and keep an eye on the police. According to the plan, Junior entered the room through a ventilation duct, where the gold was melted and purified. As soon as he entered the room, he took everyone hostage to prevent anyone from pressing the alarm button. Taking advantage of this, the rest of the team also reached there. Upon entering, Braden assigned 2 employees to the task of making gold bricks. Everything was going according to plan, but suddenly Josh got scared and shot a man in the leg. Angered by this, Braden punched him hard in the face. However, by then, it was too late, and just seconds later, Steve informed them that the police were coming. Upon hearing this, Braden quickly packed 6 gold bricks into his bag, and then everyone began sneaking out of the mine with the employees. Once outside, they used the presence of the employees to their advantage and started firing at the police officers. Amid the chaos, they immediately got into the car and fled, but several police cars started chasing them. After driving a short distance, a bullet hit Starlo directly, severely injuring him, but somehow Steve managed to evade the police. However, by that time, Starlo had died from the gunshot, and he asked them to ensure his share reached his daughter. Everyone felt terrible, and they immediately hid their car inside a truck and left. Sam instructed them to destroy the car to erase the evidence, so they set the car on fire along with Starlo's body and threw it into a ravine. On their way back home, Junior received a message from Tasha in which she revealed that Sam had betrayed them. Upon seeing this message, both Junior and Braden became extremely worried, so they immediately went to a grave where Braden had previously hidden some money. They knew that Sam was going to exchange the gold in Melbourne, and that's why those people also boarded the train to reach Melbourne. On the train, Junior once again met Tasha, and this time, they became quite close to each other. Upon reaching Melbourne, they took a cheap hotel so that they wouldn't come under anyone's notice. Meanwhile, Braden was quite upset about Junior and Tasha's closeness, and one night when Tasha was out, he warned Junior, saying that this girl might betray them. He said, "Who knows, she might be working with her boss, Sam." Braden told Junior, "Take more money but break up with this Tasha." Unfortunately, Tasha overheard their entire conversation, after which she became angry and upset and ran away. But Junior chased her to explain and stopped her. Tasha then warned him, "As soon as the job is done, Braden will betray you." Meanwhile, Sam's shooter, Wayne, found out about Braden and his gang's location and immediately arrived there, pointing his gun at Braden's head. But Braden, cleverly, tempted Wayne with more money and told him about Sam's betrayal, convincing him to join their team. The next morning, Junior and Braden arrived at the location where the gold exchange was to take place, and upon reaching there, they spotted Josh, who had come to exchange on behalf of Sam. But just then, Wayne drove a pickup truck at full speed, crashing into both vehicles, after which he started firing blindly at everyone present. Taking advantage of the chaos, Braden and Junior stole the suitcase full of gold bricks. They then went to Sam's house to settle scores, where Braden wasted no time and shot Sam dead. After that, Braden and Junior rented a hotel room in hiding, where upon arrival Braden hid the suitcase full of gold under a bed. Meanwhile, Junior went out on some pretext and quietly emailed the hotel address and key to Tasha. After this, Braden and Junior decided to buy a boat and leave the country forever. But on the way, just as Tasha had warned earlier, as soon as money came into play, Braden betrayed Junior and was now only going to give him a small share. But by then, Junior had already realized that Braden would betray him, so with Tasha's help, he had swapped the real gold bricks. Upon learning this, Braden became enraged and attacked Junior, causing both of them to fall into the water. But Junior didn't know how to swim at all, and without knowing the location of the gold, Braden couldn't let him die either. So, he grabbed him and brought him back onto the boat. Once Junior regained consciousness, Braden said to him, "I'll give you your share. Just tell me where the gold bricks are." But Junior didn't trust him. Junior proposed to Braden, "If you let me go, I'll sell the bricks alone and give you your share." After that, he left alone on a small boat, and with this, the story comes to an end.